he goes to work. He shops on Tuesdays because he gets extra credits toward gas. Double.
Stand still.
That's what the shop, that business fine.
Is that your understanding, Rick? I don't want to make a big deal of it.
I don't know that I have an understanding, but I believe you.
Okay. Well, there's no, it's not like,
I can see both sides of that. I can see your point.
I appreciate
But
it.
if you feel good about it, we're fine, you know. We're good, with it.
Okay, yeah, if you don't mind,
Just,
when you ask for
open
agenda.
up, and we get ready to go into our session, just make the,
Yeah, I'll be,
pull it off, and we'll get everything else stay on.
yeah, I'll be glad to even make the motion.
Groundbreaking ceremony. That is so cool. I
Funny, I
definitely,
was looking for the minutes, and the minutes were on the consent agenda. We did already talk about the minutes.
it's been a week, a day. Today has been a week. It's been a day.
It lived up to its Monday
It has.
reputation.
It have definitely. We've just lost so many people. At our church, we've lost so many people. We had one gentleman took place yesterday during church service at home. His home, but his nephew, his house burned down really close. And we have a young man who had an accident about 4 months ago and was found his own injury. So for some reason, he's happening. I've been gone. And it's just a lot that I feel so bad for people.
Morgan County Plaza. When is that groundbreaking? The 20th.
It's at 9 a.m.
I think it's time. Good evening. We'd like to call our meeting to order. We'd like to welcome you to our meeting this evening. And I would ask if you have cell phones to please turn them off at this time. We will stand and have pledge of allegiance by Councilmember Reed. Pledge of allegiance by Councilmember Latham and prayer by Councilmember Reed.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you would like to pray with us, would you please remain standing? Dear God of us all, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the grace and the mercy. God, we thank you for the favor that you have bestowed upon us. We ask you to come into this place and ask you to look upon the agenda that has been set before us. Give us in-depth recall and insight. Allow us to make decisions that are based on the city of Madison and its citizens. Thank you and amen.
Thank you both. All our council members are here except Councilmember Betsy Wagenhouse. She emailed us today and said she was out of town and she would not be here tonight. And of course, she's certainly excused from this meeting tonight. Approval minutes of our previous meetings, approval order of agenda items and identify items for public comments as they arrive and before vote. And on our consent agenda tonight, we have 5 items, and we would like to pull one item off to put it on our regular agenda for a vote, and we would go ahead and get a motion to take the natural gas rate structure off and put it on our regular agenda. And we'll go ahead and vote on the others on the consent agenda.
Yeah, Mayor, I would move that we accept the consent agenda, items A, B, C, and D, and we remove E, the natural gas rate increase, to take it off the consent agenda and deal with it as an official later item in the agenda.
Second.
Are there any more discussion? All in favor, show of hands. Opposed, none, vote unanimously. Thank you so much. Now we go back to item E on our consent agenda. Councilmember Joyce?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I would move that we accept the natural gas rate increase as we discussed at our work session. And then after we have a second, I just have a couple of very brief comments regarding that.
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Are there any more discussion? All in favor, show of hands.
Could I just make a comment?
Sure.
Yeah, just for the public's, we had this on the consent agenda. I was just thinking later on, I think it's probably maybe a better practice, as far as I'm concerned. Thank you to the mayor and my colleagues for going along with it. I feel better doing it in a more of a public vote, even though nothing's really going to change. I just think that's just a better practice. Let me just say that we, up until this proposed increase that we're about to vote on, we were really at the lower end of the scale amongst equivalent communities. We're kind of getting back to a more normal rate structure, and it's real important to support our gas department. It's really hard finding labor to do those jobs, and in the case of gas, it's really hard to find qualified, certified people to work in the gas field. There's a high degree of danger and a lot of expertise that goes into it. So this will allow us to properly staff that department. And let me just add, the increase for the average user in Madison is going to be, looks like it's it's less than $5 a month increase.
$4.66.
$4.66 a month for the average user. Those of you that use less gas, it would be even less than that. So I think it's a fairly nominal increase, but I did want to ask for the public vote. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much. Okay. We have a very short agenda for tonight. But let's go ahead and motion approve the natural gas rate structure.
So I think I've made the motion, and I believe we have a second, do we?
All in favor, show of hands.
I second it.
Any more discussion? Vote unanimously. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We have with us tonight Mr. and Mrs. Murray. They're residents of our community here, and we was in conversation recently, and unfortunately, I believe the Murrays had a child to pass away, granddaughter to pass away with cancer. And the month of September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And our city is doing a proclamation for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And we thank the Murrays for bringing this to our attention. And there should be a copy of this proclamation should be in our local newspaper this week. And we would just read a couple items from this proclamation, and we would like to present this proclamation to Mr. and Mrs. Murray tonight for, first of all, thinking of your granddaughter and bringing this to the city's attention, for we know that we all cherish our children and we cherish our grandchildren. But we know that all of our lives in the hand of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But when we understand that, we keep them alive by proclamations such as this, knowing that she's okay. Whereas childhood cancer affects 47 new children each day nationwide, a battle which impacts entire communities, including parents, grandparents, siblings, friends, and neighbors. This disease impacts hundreds of children each year in the state of Georgia, including some of Madison's youngest and most courageous citizens. And whereas Childhood Cancer Awareness Month is recognized in September with the goal to increase awareness of childhood cancer, the need for more funding and research, and to support those families in Madison affected by childhood cancer in honor and in memory of their children. And whereas families who have a son or daughter who are fighting or have fought active childhood cancer treatment often experience long-term effects from the treatments that has helped them survive and need additional emotional and medical care long after the final treatments are completed. And whereas families who have had a son or daughter pass away from childhood cancer often choose to honor their loved children by continuing to fight against childhood cancer, like Millie Maraki, granddaughter to Madison residents Alan and Karen Murray. Millie passed away at age 3.5 years old in 2021. And her family started the Mighty Millie Foundation to continue funding research as well as spreading joy and awareness for families fighting childhood cancer. And whereas family support research and advancements in childhood cancer are often funded by private charities run by individuals who have personally witnessed the long-term effects and outcome of childhood cancer. And whereas many healthcare providers, charitable organizations, religious and social groups come together during the month of September to host events, raise funds for research, and offer families, physicians, emotional, spiritual, and financial support. These groups are committed to supporting families and children throughout and after uniquely difficult treatment process. Now therefore, I, Fred Perriman, Mayor of the City of Madison, honor our youngest Madison residents who have courageously battling pediatric cancer, and we proclaim September 23rd, 2023 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and encourage all residents of Madison to join us in supporting the activities and events throughout the month of September to honor families walking through this journey at every step of the way, to let them know that they are brave and they are not alone. And witness whereof, I have set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Madison to be affixed in this day of first day of September, and we dated this back to the 1st of September, for this is the month of September. Fred Perriman, Mayor, attested by our city clerk, Ashley Hawk. I would ask Mr. and Mrs. Murray to come forward, if you would, please. I'd like for our council would like to join us, please. Is Our Madison family continues to grow. And we always like to see our Madison family grow with pride and dignity. So this afternoon, we have Ms. Cameron Robertson here, who is our former Main Street Director for our city of Madison. And tonight, she is going to introduce to all of us the new Main Street Director for our city of Madison, Ms. Cameron.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, council. I'm going to try not to be too excited that I'm standing here to make this announcement. But first, if I may, before I do that,
Sure.
I just want to say thank you to you all. What an honor it is to be present for the proclamation that you just did for the Murray family. As a parent of a child who is a former cancer survivor, was a cancer survivor, my daughter was diagnosed when she was 15. And then today, she's 22. And so it was a very difficult journey, but I honor the courage that it took for you all to do that and to go through that journey. So thank you all. Keeping you all in my prayers. And thank you. Thank you all. It's an honor to be in a city that finds it important to honor our citizens, even our smallest ones who are going through their time of struggle. So thank you. That was a moment for me.
Thank you.
I'm trying to make it more lighter now. That was a heavy moment for me. But it is an honor to stand here today as your former Main Street Director, and thank you for the opportunity to serve as your Main Street Director. I learned so much in my almost 3 years in that position, and exiting out of that position, coming in as the new Human Resources Director. I just told my boss this morning, City Manager John Clem, he asked me, how are you enjoying your position? And I told him, it was funny that he asked me that, because this morning when I woke up thinking, I'm excited to go to work. And it is because I'm doing something that I believe that I was called to do, and not many people can say that. So thank you, John, for the opportunity. Now, for the moment everyone's been waiting for. Through a very diligent search, and I mean a diligent search, because there were lots of very qualified candidates that applied for the position. And John gave me a lot of support, and he also gave me a lot of latitude in that search process. But I consulted with him along the way and asked for his professional experience and his advice along the way. But we were able to narrow it down to a pool of very strong candidates. And when we began to look at not just the qualifications of a position and an individual, but a person who is going to be the best fit for the role and who is going to be a good fit for our team. And so considering all of those things bearing, I'm proud to present to some and introduce to others our new City of Madison Main Street Director, Ms. Sarah Wybell.
Thank you, Karen. That's very kind of you to say. And Mayor and Council, thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to allow for this formal introduction. And Madison has always been very special to me. I've grown up here and have lived here after coming back from school and graduate school. So it's a very near and dear place to my heart. And not only is it special to me personally, but it's recognized within the broader Main Street program as a Georgia Exceptional Main Street, and has had fantastic leadership and previous directors. So I know I have really big shoes to fill, but I'm very excited by that challenge, and I'm excited about the opportunity to help Madison's downtown continue to be positively impacted by the Main Street program, and also to just build the community here in Madison. So thank you so much for this opportunity to be a part of Main Street. I'm very excited and looking forward to the things ahead.
Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
welcome you.
Welcome.
Thank you and welcome.
I'm sure we'll see you on the streets around downtown Madison. That concludes our agenda for the evening. Are there any public comments tonight? Mr. Chapman, you wanted to be on the agenda for tonight, now's the time, and you could come up. Come on up if you can. And if you would state your name for the record, Ken is bringing you a mic
Easy.
to use. And where you live, please.
Thank you, sir. Then my name is Curtis Chapman, and I live in Madison, 624 Pearl Street.
Put the mic up closer to you.
Okay. At 624 Pearl Street, and I've been living here I was born and raised in Madison. And I made a comment at one y'all maybe about some work need to be did here in Madison. And I had talked to several people, and I had not been able to get no feedback on it. And I talked to you, Mel. You've been out to my parade, you've seen the problem that we got in the neighborhood. And we had not done nothing about it. That been over 5 years.
I remember, and excuse me, Mr. Chapman, but I remember when you did come to City Hall and you talked to our former manager, Manager David Nunn. And I believe that that time you did have water running down the street in front of your house. And if I'm not mistaken, he had you to go to the street and do the work in front of your street that was causing water to go under your house. And the city paid you for doing the job.
Okay. Oh, okay. The city paid me what, $100 and some dollars to pull up a barrier. And I talked to you before then, and you said, well, I saw David, I had got that problem fixed. That you know what kind of problem that we had. It's not only at my house, it's in my backyard, it's in the other people's backyard too. But they don't know how to come here and talk about it. I've been talking about it here for the last 5 or 6 years. When I talked to David about it, he didn't even make the comment, well, he ain't nothing we can do about it. And you want to, I will pull up a curb and you won't even be able to get back over your driveway. I had you and David came back down there and we walked the tree. We got over 750 feet before we got a run wall into that drink back there. And all the water is coming from 5 roads up above there. I been asking most of y'all, did y'all get an engineer on it? I talked to most of the engineer back there, and he said, y'all, we working on it. Y'all built some apartment back over up the road. I don't even agree that y'all got an engineer to see how much water was coming down there. We got 83 highway about to fall in. It's about to fall in. Most people that I had talked to, they had been down there seen it. I talked to some people the other day, they said, well, you know, the county take their own time. Well, it's been over 5 years that I've been talking to y'all about these problems.
Well, if I can just say this, I don't want to take up a lot of your time, Mr. Chapman, but I do know recently that we had our city manager to come out to talk to you along with an engineer to come out and talk with you about the problem that you was having. And let's let our city manager say something, okay?
Okay, go ahead, city manager.
So I can't obviously talk about what's happened over the last 5 years since I'm new. But I will say that Mr. Chapman called me 3 weeks ago, and that afternoon I went out with Philip and Malcolm and I called our city engineer, and all 3 of us went out and spent an hour and a half with Mr. Chapman, and he explained what is going on at his property. I asked Mr. Chapman for 2 weeks, which is what Mr. Wadley, our city engineer, said he needed to assess the situation. And we had a follow-up meeting last week. several points that at this stage need to be said. One is that I'm in agreement with Mr. Wadley that the state needs to address the conduit that's causing a problem on this property. The second thing, I'm not an engineer, but I do believe that improvements need to be made to Pearl Street. You just stand there, you can see the water, you can see it coming down. There is repairs that need to be made. Now, I will say that I can understand Mr. Chapman's frustration. He's been waiting for an answer for 5 years, according to what he just said. We're working on both of those regards, talking to the state about fixing the problem on the highway, and also trying to redesign something to fix Pearl Street. I've been involved with this for 3 weeks, and that's what I've done. And I'm sorry that I can't just wave a wand and fix this problem, but as you know, Mr. Chapman, because you were here last week when we talked about the greater issue, the problem is that we do not have a stormwater program in the city. And every time I sit down with someone like you, and there are a handful of other folks that have serious issues, they're surprised and disappointed and frustrated that we don't have a program. So that's what you heard what the program is and what we're trying to start. So all I can tell you is that we're trying to be responsive. We can't solve this problem overnight. There are other issues like your backyard, there's a creek and there's a driveway that's collapsed, and there's certain things that Aaron, as an engineering expert, say that the city cannot take the liability of because it's on private property. So we're trying to sort through that. And we're talking, as you know, to Jay Crowley, our city attorney, to find out legally what we can do, because most of these are private property. So the question is, what can we do legally? So I apologize for not having a better answer in 3 weeks, but I will just say that we're trying to be responsive to you. That's what my job is, and that's what I'm trying to do. You and I have had words, but I can assure you that I understand that you're frustrated, and I understand that you've waited 5 or 6 years and you haven't liked the response that you've gotten. All I'm trying to do is the best job I can. You'll hear from us as soon as Aaron makes his recommendation on Pearl Street, and we hear back from the state in terms of the pipe that comes in onto Mr. Chapman's property.
So, is it okay for me to talk now?
Sure, go ahead.
You had told me, you had said that you had met with me, 3 weeks ago? That you saw an error back down to my house a month ago. And we walked that property, we talked about the same. And he never did come back to tell you about the problem that we had.
I don't recall him.
You don't recall?
No.
You don't recall?
No.
You stuck the guy down in my house about, had he been over a month ago?
Well, that's my job.
You never did let me know nothing. I seen both y'all in the road. They never want to let me know nothing. And matter of fact, when I was back up there in your office, that you said that I was arrogant. You even told me that I was hollering at you. And you said that 3 times. You also told me to get out in the audience, the same way that David Yarn done.
And Mr. Chapman, but we're not, our former city manager's not here, so let's leave him out, okay? Let's leave him out of the conversation.
Okay. You told me, you said that you came down to my house about 3 weeks ago?
I came to your house 3 weeks ago, yes.
You came to my house 3 weeks ago. You came to my house 2 weeks ago, but you had sent somebody down there over a month ago. Aaron, that guy. He didn't come back and tell you.
So let me see if I can understand this. You're saying I sent someone when you called, and then you called me again because you didn't get a response. So what did I do? I dropped everything I was doing that day, and I personally came to your house that afternoon. I understand you're frustrated,
Yeah.
but that's what I call pretty good customer service.
And we were talking good, okay, I went back in the back, and I said, well, and I was a white man. Well, it took y'all this long to get down here to see about the problem, and a whole ball that fell right there. And what did you tell me? Oh, and your order, this is a whack and brass thing. No, this not a whack and brass thing. We got problems that we pay taxes to the city. We pay taxes. We got bedrooms. We got parks. Don't even have bedrooms in it. And do you know where the children and the people do the bedroom at? Back over on my property. I can look out the window. I can't even go in my backyard. Mel Pilmer, I had talked to you about that several times. And you tell me, say, well, get that, they would tear up the bedroom, they would do that here. Well, we know we got people not capable of doing the right thing, but you can't hold the whole town in fault for that.
And I think, Mr. Chapman, my conversation with you were, we had a bathroom, a restroom in that park, and we also had a swimming pool in that park. And I also said to you, due to the abuse of the bathroom, every time the city would fix those restrooms in the park, someone would come in and put glass in there, stop those bathrooms up. And that's why we had to stop it. But it is in the progress now to put restrooms back in the city park.
Mayor, we got 5 and 6-year-old kids putting down their pants in the park because they can't get home to do the bathroom. They go up in the area and eat and drink, and they don't have no place to do the bathroom. And the pants, they get on outside the car. We need bathroom now. We've been talking about this here for the last 5 years or so.
And our city has been working on this for a while.
For 5 years or so?
5 years or longer, yes, sir.
Mayor, at the city can buy land, the city can buy land, they put the food praise and liquor on that old Charlie Tree. And the city can't do it here for the people in town.
So what are we talking about? Are we talking about bathrooms in the city park? Or are we talking about your problem?
Wait.
Let's do one at a time. No, let's do one at a time.
Well, my problem not no big problem.
No, I know, but let's talk about your problem. Let's talk about your problem.
Big problem. Go ahead.
Let's talk about your problem and the water running off of it.
Okay.
In your problem. So let's get back to your problem.
Okay. Oh, okay, well, did y'all give an engineer to find out, before y'all put those curves in, up and down the road, did y'all give an engineer in there? My man sort of told me that y'all go log over the document, that you can't find it, you don't know what went on with it. We got new building back down there, those new building that y'all got down there. Did y'all give an engineer to come in and see how much the water was supposed to run off that right down there? Did y'all give an engineer to do that?
We have people in place to take care of that.
Have people to do what now?
In place to take care of that. I don't know.
Wait. You say you have people, but did someone look at, make sure that people did it?
I don't know. I don't keep
You
up
don't
with that.
know.
I don't keep up with that schedule. That's the
Wait,
city manager's
Wait,
job
tell
and
me,
his
wait, tell
team.
me, hey, who keep up with this thing around here?
Mr. Chapman, if it would be helpful, maybe we could meet and write a list of these concerns down, but also let's all address each other respectfully.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready, okay.
Would you like me to get out pictures for you?
No.
Oh.
Have you told, the problem not big problem, the problem that we paying tax here with the city not doing some of the things that they supposed to be doing. The city of buying property, the city of getting foreclosed property, building highway on it. Coming up in my tree on Pearl Tree, I've been begging the city and the county to cut down those trees. We have all kind of accidents, people be running out the road because people can't see up the road. I had to take it on my own to get out there and do it because I got tired of seeing people about to get killed. what do the county and the city do? Nothing. We got, hey, if you want to talk about my property, what would happen, hey, at that road fall down the way my road will fell down in the back? Why people going up and down that road? Walmart truck, those heavy truck be up and down that road at all times. And everybody come down there and say, well, we gonna look at it. Ain't what the county and the state been down there and say, yeah, we got a problem. And I think y'all said, yeah, you got a problem, but we don't know what to do about it. Well, who tend to these problems that we got? Hey, do y'all have a supervisor or superintendent? Or do you people that go out and do what they want to do with the city? Do the city have a contractor? Do the city have somebody would look over and make sure that the job was did? We did a job did by the city, and yet nobody looked at it, and it's not did right. The city will have trained a lot of tax-paying people money. The city, and the city not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Where about our money going? The only thing that I'm asking, that my problem ain't no big problem, because my problem could be fixed. And I know sooner or later that I would have to leave Madison. Like my wife said, you all not been said that. Well, it's time to say something. I've been waiting over 5 or 6 years to get this deal. I would print over $100,000 hauling these dirt and rock to keep the water out of my yard. Every day I had to say to the yard, pick up garbage would come 5 or 6 rows up the road down to my property and put them outside the road. Well, I reckon that bad thing that I live right there where all the water settles at. But then again, the engineer, if y'all built those buildings up there, you can say that the city didn't have nothing to do with it. Well, the city bought the property, didn't it? Mayor, did the city buy the property up there?
Now, you're talking about where?
Where about they built those?
I think Silver Lakes, I believe.
Silver Lakes.
Did the city buy that property?
No.
Did the city buy that property?
They didn't, I don't believe. The city didn't buy that property.
That's DDA.
The DDA.
DDA bought the
did
property. Downtown Development Authority, DDA.
Downtown Development Authority.
DDA. Well, let me tell you what the DDA means.
What?
Hit a boy in the city together with DDA, you said that?
Yeah, DDA.
Who bought the property on the other side, where about to get the liquor store? Did the city buy that?
The young man that has the liquor store bought that, he bought his part. The young man that owns the liquor store bought his part.
Who they bought the property back on the other side of the road? The city bought that?
DDA?
The guy bought that and got the liquor store?
Yes, he bought that property.
No. I had made arrangement to buy that property myself. And whoever owned it told me I can't sell it to you now because I don't want to get involved with the city. The city wants to buy it. So the city bought that property. And the city
Mr.
bought
Mayor.
that other property.
Sure.
That was
DDA
same
bought
under the
that.
table.
DDA has that property.
Mr. Chapman, could I say something, Mr. Chapman?
Yeah, go ahead.
I know your house. You have an absolutely lovely front yard, and I understand completely why you're so vested in protecting that. And I know 5 years has been a long time. Let me just ask you respectively to give our new city manager somehow if you can dig a little deeper and find a little bit more patience, give him and our Aaron Wadley, our engineer, just give them a chance, see what they can come up with. I know it's been a long time and you're frustrated, it's clear, but that would be my suggestion for you. Because I know you've got a property that is just gorgeous to look at, and I understand why you're unhappy, but give them a chance. John Klimt just got here a few weeks ago. I wasn't aware of any of these issues personally till just a few weeks ago, and I'm sure a lot of us here in the council haven't either. Please give them a little bit of patience.
Okay, so, how you say give him a little bit of paper to try to look over and see what he can do?
That would be my hope that you would be able to do that.
Well, what I would do when the rain comes, see, my pack will fill in. And when my pack fall in, all the concrete on the ground. And it headed down toward the 83 highway. So what will happen when all of that piled up in one place and I get flooded out? So you don't have to call. My backyard, I go get law, I don't know how many $1,000 worth of work that I can do in my backyard to try to keep the water out in my house. So are you telling me that he gonna solve the problem? Are you gonna see what he can do about it?
He just said give him some time, Mr. Chapman.
Time. Okay, well, he told me to my face, and the engineer told me too, hey, you got a problem, ain't nothing we can do about it, you know. So, hey, what, did you tell me to sit back and wait on it, or what?
Mr. Mayor, may I?
Sure.
I don't know, I've been to your house as well, Mr. Chapman. I came over because you invited me over as well. And we talked about everything that you're talking about now, and we did bring it back. But it was not this manager, it was our former city manager. I won't speak about our former city manager because he's not here. So I do know that some of the work that needs to be done in your backyard is probably, some of it is on private property. So if it's on private property, I know the city will not pay for it. I do remember talking about 83 with you. But 83 is not the city's, we can't do anything to Highway 83 because it's not a city street. And I definitely know you're tired, and I know that we built up so that the water would not come down in your yard. We get the LME grant. So I have asked a couple of times to have Pearl Street redone. So it is still, we're still waiting, kicking the can down the.
Not coming that all with Pearl Street. You got 5 or 6 trees
Yes.
above there where like the city went in and put curb in and channel all the water down toward my way. We not getting any deal in. I had built subdivisions, I had built homes, and nothing I built, nothing I done subdivision. Before that, I done anything. I had to have a crack, any deal to go in and say, you got a certain amount of water will fall at a certain place. You have to have that many pipe in or that. And the only thing I got, did y'all give an engineer? Hey, when y'all were doing all of that?
We did have engineers. We had engineers that we had engineers to come out and do everything that we have done. We have people in place, as the mayor said, to do things. Even with the Silver Lake subdivision, of course, we had engineers to come in.
You did?
Yes, we did. And even with the parks. So we've been fighting for a while to get grants to put restrooms in our parks. Wellington Park was #1 on my list. So we actually have a drawing. We have it might not be called a drawing because you're in construction and I'm not, but we actually have the layout for the bathrooms for the parks. It is taking a long time. Since I've been in government 10 years, and I definitely didn't realize that it would take so long to get some things done. Some things have taken way too long. I totally agree with you.
What the city been doing with the money that we've been paying tax with? Someone said that the city didn't buy the land. You said who bought the land?
Downtown Development Authority. The city does not purchase land, but the entity called the Downtown Development Authority.
Okay.
And I'm sure that Mr. Congressman, Councilman Ed Lathan will speak about the Downtown Development Authority. If you don't mind listening to him, he's been on that board for some years.
Okay, so let cut it off, because we ain't getting nowhere. You talking about something that I've already know, because you've been there now.
I've been there now. I have.
Huh?
I've been there now, I've seen your problems, I've been in your backyard. We talked about the curb in front of your front yard, we talked about redoing Pearl Street, we talked about 83 and everything that's going on 83. I've seen all of that, I've seen the,
Hey, well, did you come back and talk to anybody about it?
I talked to the city manager that was here at the time.
You talked to the city manager that even time?
Yes.
That time.
Yes.
Well, did you get any feedback from the city manager and what that he was
You
doing?
came to City Hall and spoke with him yourself. You came
I
to City Hall.
and spoke to the, right. I came to City Hall, so that when you said, I'm not hollering at everybody else, but I'm gonna holler at you. Because me and the other city manager had with it going.
Now, I don't know what you and the city manager had going on, but I definitely know that you came in City Hall.
Okay. Oh, okay, well, that is, so, my problem that I got, ain't no big problem. That problem that y'all better not do nothing about nothing.
And I think you need to understand that there are problems all over our city, not just one problem, but we have problems all over our city.
Yeah, well, hey, you got problems, hey, all over your city, y'all get the work did, but you're not getting the work did the way they're supposed to be did. Hey, Chris, do the city own that, Tinker Pond, hey, back down, below the liquor store, hey, do the city manage that?
You talking that retaining?
Yes.
Retaining?
Retention?
Yes.
DDA.
The city
DDA.
City does not own any.
Who owns DDA?
We're trying to tell you, the DDA, it's an entity all by itself. They're an umbrella under the city, or they do things all by themselves.
They operate, they are under the city.
Yes.
Oh, okay, then so, who look at that? The city don't have no city, so what they do or what?
Well, we have Mr. Ed Lathan here, this will be my DDA.
I would be happy to explain it to him, but I don't think he wants to listen. So I think I'd be wasting my time.
Okay, well, you.
I mean, you aren't listening to anybody else.
No.
And I'd be happy to sit down with you one-on-one and anytime you want to. But you've got your mind made up, sir. So me saying something is a waste of your time.
Okay. Okay, well, that it then. Oh, okay, I reckon that all the comments I had.
Ms. Dorsey?
Hey, how are y'all?
Fine.
Teresa Dorsey, I live on White House Street, and y'all just answered my question about the bathrooms at the city parks.
Okay.
Because we got this little target park, so people would have to leave, because you know, the children always have to go to the bathroom. And the city park, if you have any kind of parties or anything, there's no bathrooms. So that, I mean, you just answered it, that is in that y'all working on it, trying to get the bathroom covered. That's really important, and as I get over there, I have to go there. So, that was just one of my things, and Karen just told me about my tree, and my sidewalk right in front of my house. The tree got bigger and it pushed the sidewalk up, so it's not level, but she told me to talk to Mr. Berry about that. And because I got a limb that's hanging in the street, and when it falls, it's huge, you know, and it's gonna damage somebody's car or hurt somebody if it falls. And the way things are falling, and I really don't want nobody to get harmed from it, but it's hanging in the street. But I'll call him and talk to him about it on another day this week. But also the sidewalks, I appreciate the sidewalks going where they're going. And are they finished or will it go on around on Fifth Street? You know?
You tell them, they stops where? They stops right
They
there.
stop right there.
At the corner
At the corner.
of,
Ain't it Fifth Street?
it's
It's
Fifth.
Fifth
Will it
Street.
go
You know,
down?
Where the,
Those buildings are.
where the buildings are,
Yes.
where,
Miss Inez Williams
Well, I
lives.
think Williams residence, stop right there, so I was just wondering, was it gonna go on past the building and then connect one, like right in front of Golden Pantry, it needs to have something to meet that sidewalk that's coming to Main Street. I was just wondering, are they finished with that project? Or
And they probably are, I don't know why, I thought they ran on around the curve.
they did?
They
No,
stopped
it's
it.
done, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
done.
I'm pretty sure they're done.
It's
with
done.
that.
We might get more funding or more grant money for that. If we do, then we can put that on the list. So when we get grants, and Mr. Mayor, may I?
Sure.
I don't want to, speak out of place, but when we get grant money or when we get money for that from LMIG, then it has to be distributed equally. So sometimes you'll see more sidewalks in other areas. But we try to make sure we do so much sidewalk and so many roads in each district. So we'll make sure we put that on the list. And if it gets there. Understood, we understand. Thank you so much.
Are you by chance related to Francis Peter Dorsey? Different Dorsey, okay.
But I know his friends. I'm sure we probably related, but we don't do it.
Okay. I know how that goes.
Thank you, Ms. Dorsey.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming with a smiling face. We always appreciate
We
those
appreciate
smiling
that
faces.
very much.
Are there any more comments? If not, this meeting is adjourned, and we,
Go to executive
well, yeah, we are. Need a motion to go into executive session if there are no more comments.
So moved.
Second.
There are no more discussion, all in favor, show of hands. To discuss real estate. All in favor, show of hands. Opposed is none.